Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Malvika Bhatia and we've decided to bring you a video series detailing how to get into the UKFPO's Foundation Year program specifically for IMGs. And IMGs here means a non-UK passport holder and a non-EU passport holder. We're specifically going to talk about how to get into Foundation Year 1. All of this information is accurate and up to date as of 9th June 2019, but please do double check everything for the time that you're applying. Because of the coronavirus, the situation is changing every single day. Every single day there's some new advice or some exams are being cancelled. So please stay up to date on all the information. You can find all the up-to-date information regarding the UKFPO and the Foundation Year process on the Foundation Program website and the GMC website. So now let's talk about how an IMG can apply to the UK to start the Foundation Year 1 program. There's something called the eligibility process. This process has to be applied through the ORIEL website by everyone. The window for the application opens on the 20th of July. So you can take a deep breath, you have a lot of time, and I will guide you exactly through the entire process, okay? So let's first talk about what makes you eligible. If you go to the foundationprogram.nhs.uk website, there's a document called the Eligibility Applicant Guidance 2021. And there's a few different points and criteria that you must meet to be eligible for this program. But I'm going to give you a summary right now. Basically, you graduated from a medical school that is accredited by the GMC. You can find a list of the accredited GMC schools on the GMC website. Number 2, you must not have completed an internship. If you have completed an internship, you become ineligible for Foundation Year 1. 3, you must not have taken more than 2 years out of university before starting Foundation Year 1. 4, you must obtain a provisional registration with the GMC before starting your program. So what does that mean? Once you've graduated, you can now apply for the exams needed for provisional registration with the GMC. Once the GMC has registered you, you will then be able to start your job that you'll apply through the eligibility program in ORIEL. 2 different things, okay? So the GMC needs the PLAB 1 and the PLAB 2 exams for you to be certified a competent doctor and been given a provisional registration. On the flip side, when you're applying through ORIEL, they don't care about your PLAB 1 and PLAB 2 score. They don't care about anything other than the fact that you've passed them. That's all they care about. For the ORIEL application and to get into a foundation school, you need to give the SJT exam. That's a separate exam that is given in December and January. Now that we've talked about the basics, and I've told you that the eligibility window opens on the 20th of July, so you really can't apply before that, what should you be doing right now? So there's a few things that you can do right now to make sure that you're on top of your application. First of all, I want you to make sure that you have graduated and been conferred by your university, okay? Second, go on to the UKFPO's website or the Foundation Program website and download the Dean Statement 2021 and get that filled out by your university. Your university might be closed for COVID-19 reasons, so make sure you have this done before July 20th when the application window opens. The application window will stay open till September, so you do have some time. Do not panic, okay? Third of all, now this is the time-sensitive issue. I want you to go online and open a GMC online account. Register with them, log in, and then when you go to your test section, before you can book your PLAB 1 or your PLAB 2, you will have to provide an English language proof. Due to COVID-19, they have changed how they receive your English language proof and what they consider appropriate. So before, if you had given the IELTS, then you had to give it again in case it had expired. But now, if your IELTS proof at the time that you'd taken it before, that has expired, was the correct numbers that they needed, which is 7 in each section and at least an average of 7.5, then even with the old result, plus a English proficiency letter from your university, the GMC will allow you to book the PLAB without having to resit the IELTS. So if that is your case, or if you've never given the IELTS before, then you can use your primary medical qualification as acceptable evidence of your English language. To do that, you will basically have to get a letter or a certificate from your university saying that all of the courses, including your clinical activities, was taught and examined solely in English, and that at least 75% of your course-related clinical interaction was conducted in English. And you also must mention the date you passed the final exam. All of this can be found also on the GMC website under using your primary medical qualification for international medical graduates as an evidence of your knowledge of English. And once they have acknowledged that they've received your mail, they will update your GMC account so that you will be able to book the PLAB 1 exam. I would say book your PLAB 1 exam as soon as possible. The dates are running out really quickly, and also the places run out really quickly. So you don't want to be flying really far away to give your PLAB 1 exam. You want to do it as close as possible. The best time to be booking your PLAB exam might be somewhere from September to November. That gives you enough time to study and practice the questions. The third thing I want you to do is familiarize yourself with the Eligibility Applicant Guidance 2021 and the UK FPO 2021 High Level Timeline. Both of these documents can be found on the foundationprogram.nhs.uk website. And in the next video, I will be running through the timeline with you. So that's it, guys. Please like and share this video with at least 5 of your friends that you think could use this. Also, please subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or any video requests, please leave them in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you and have a nice day.